Hey, welcome back to Underproduced Reactions, where we break this shit down. My name's Kevin, and today we're going to be checking out Atmosphere by the band Hatewaker. This is, from what it looks like, a relatively new band. I don't know them at all. This is going to be a completely blind reaction. Actually, that's not completely true. I accidentally pressed play for like half a second, so I heard that it starts with a clean guitar. That's all I know. But otherwise, again, it was recommended to me through a metalcore group, so all I know is that it's going to be somehow tied to metalcore. So I'm expecting breakdowns, maybe a high-pitched singer, cool aggressive vocals, hopefully good production because it's a new song, but otherwise, I don't know anything. They also have a new single that came out this year, 2020. That single is called Black Sheep. That came out this year. This song, Atmosphere, came out last year. And this is just a song that was recommended to me. So I figured, hey, what the hell, just go with that. So we'll go ahead and try that. If it's any good, hopefully I'll check out the new single. But anyways, let's dive into this. Again, Atmosphere by Hatewaker. I'm only going to be reacting to the music. If there's a music video, I'm not watching that. I'm not going to be looking at lyrics or anything like that. This is going to be strictly off of the way that the music is delivered and the way that it sounds and how it affects me based on that. So we'll go ahead and dive into this finally. So this is the extent that I've heard. Building up here. Going. Sorry, I just want to say, so far this totally gives me like old school Miss May I vibes, like right around their second to third album transition. Definitely like a obviously with that artwork too. Are you kidding me? But definitely like a Hot Topic metalcore kind of vibe so far. Cool. Not super impressed, but if there's one thing I learned from my last reaction, it is to be fucking patient. Watch that if you want to get it. Anyway, so I'm gonna back this up just a tiny bit because obviously they're about to go into something, and let's do this. Sorry, good timing. Wow. Okay, anyways, so yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool so far. It's taking a couple of turns that I'm not expecting it to go, but it feels like it's more still just kind of building towards something. Unless it's building towards that riff. I hope it's not. That riff is cool. The only thing that I can say about this is that, well, everything that I've heard so far, I feel like I've heard before. It's not necessarily bad. Not, I wouldn't say that it's a bad song at all. At all. Obviously, these guys all know what they're doing. The vocals seem a little bit strained, a little bit weak. And the production could be slightly better, but that's no fault of the band outside of what they can afford, right? So, yeah, no, I mean, so far it's cool, but it's not like really blowing me away or anything like that, obviously. So let's back this up and hope that it, gets a little bit better. Let's see. That's a cool riff on its own. It's definitely cool on its own. Yep, back. That's cool. I like the way that sounds. The bass is like super prominent in that moment of this song. Probably because the guitars are going obviously a little bit higher than the bass is actually trying to go. But no, that part of the song is probably the most interesting so far, just because it gets real meaty right there, and it feels like the whole thing kind of slows down a little bit, but it doesn't slow the pace of the song down, though. It almost like slows down to build intrigue on what's coming up next. So let me back this up and see what they're about to get into here. Yeah, the rhythm there is nice and steady. Calm music guitar. Tough guy breakdown right there. But it's not interesting. Okay. That was dope. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely like, it was a cool song. Definitely more thought out than a lot of metalcore that gets put out today. You could tell that this was more thoughtful with what they were doing. I would be intrigued to listen to it again for sure, but it doesn't sound like anything that would, particularly grab my ear and keep it. It was kind of interesting, but it only had a couple of moments that really had any intrigue for me. For the most part, all the riffing that you hear is cool. It's well done. But it seems a little, to me, it came off as kind of unorganized. And that could be just because it was my first listen. Maybe if I listen to it again, there are small motifs that carry through in specific moments. I will say there were issues that I had a hard time getting past with the production. It's not like it was bad production. I mean, shit, if these guys tried to come out with their first album 10 years before, it wouldn't have sounded that good. A lot of old school metalcore sounds real raw, but this isn't old school, and it sounds like old school. That's the thing about it. It almost feels like if it came out about 10 years ago, it might have felt almost, I want to say progressive, but honestly, I just like using that word a lot. Really just more in the musicianship of it. Like I said, you could tell that it's thoughtful music. They're not just writing bullshit just to have a band. But none of the riffs are specifically original outside of maybe the way they arrange it, kind of. But again, it doesn't really excite me, unfortunately. Cool band. Cool what they're doing. But I just don't think it is necessarily for me. So very cool stuff. Hopefully you like this reaction, even though I kind of trashed on the song. Again, the song itself is not a bad song at all. It's just not something I see myself putting on in the future. It didn't intrigue me enough to really warrant investigation into the band, you know? So maybe I gotta check out that new single. Maybe they've totally developed in the past, what year that this has been out? A year. Well, some bands do. So yeah, again, if you like this reaction, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Check out the rest of my stuff. I've got a couple other reactions on the channel, and I've got some guitar covers from way back, so you can enjoy that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. Take it easy.